Okay. So next one is, are you able to see this slide? But okay, you tell me, are you able to watch this slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, will. Oh, okay. So next one is the hierarchical methods. Now we will complete this one. Partitioning we did, huh? So let's come to this one, huh? What is happening in this hierarchical clustering? So hierarchical clustering use the distance matrix as clustering criteria. This method does not require the number of cluster K as input, but needs a termination condition. See, what is the difference in that? In the previous one, we were required, what we were required? We were required K as a initial number of cluster. How many cluster you want to create? It was given a user choice, user as a choice. So based on that, everything was happening. Now in the hierarchical algorithm, it is not like that. So basically hierarchical methods group data into a tree of clusters. It creates a tree of clusters. You can see here, if I rotate this above, then you may clearly visualize this is an example of a tree. Okay, and there are two basic variety of hierarchical algorithms. And what is that? First one is the agglomerative, and next one is the divisive. First one is the this one agglomerative, and next one is the divisive. So this algorithm is this one. This stand for this one. This is the whole term agglomerative, and NES means nesting. This is nesting, NESTING. Okay, and next Diana is there, divisive. So these two algorithms we will use. This is called bottom up approach. This one is nothing but bottom up. And what is this one? This is the divisive, that is the top down. Okay, so a tree structure that we created here, this tree structure is called a dendrogram. Okay, so whatever this tree structure it is forming, it is now here formed. This is known as the dendrogram. The term you have to know what is meaning of dendrogram. So it is nothing but the tree structure. The tree structure called the dendrogram. Next one, and this is used to represent the process of hierarchical clustering. Okay, in agglomerative hierarchical methods, we follow the bottom up strategy. So we'll begin with as many cluster as objects, and clusters are successively merged until only one cluster remains. So initially what we'll do in agglomerative, you can see here, I am having these different items A, B, C, D, E, or any other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Any numbers may be, or as a MCA students, I can create cluster from your batch using the hierarchical clustering. So if I follow the agglomerative approach, then how I will frame the clusters initially, because you are having the strength of 66 persons. So initially I will treat you all as a one cluster, roll number 3 and 4.
Hello, sir. Your mic is muted, sir. Sir.
Yeah, now able to listen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay, once again I will repeat. See here. So what is here in agglomerative? I am telling you can understand very much if I take your example of MCA second year second student, second year second. So how many students are there in your class? 66, na? How many?
Yes, sir.
66. So
66.
60.
66
Okay,
members.
66 member. So each member, each student I can treat as a one cluster. So how many cluster initially I will be having? 66 cluster.
66.
Okay, like this one. We have taken here only 5 elements. So 66 I have taken as a one cluster, as a different clusters. Then what I will do? What I will do? Then I will do the grouping. I will make the grouping like 2 elements I grouped. Okay. Then I have grouped this one. So one cluster now DE formed from AB. What is there? AB form. Okay, like this. Some maybe remain isolation also in isolated in this step. Again, what I am doing in the next step, I will again combine this one, this one. If I combine C and D, E, then I came with CDE. And in the final step, I will combine this one. Then I am coming as a ABCDE. All is grouped. So you may observe in your classroom also, you may be having, you may be very comfortable in with some particular group of students or your classmates. So based on that in classroom also, it is the property that some groups forms. So that groups, but overall you are taken the admission initially, then you have seen your similarity, to whom I am very much comfortable, then you start grouping, then you come, then you start living with those peoples, whether taking the class, coming out and whatever. So like this clustering is formed based on this similarity. Then further they increase on adding the members in the clusters. So in the different steps if happen, but overall what is happening? Overall, uh, overall like MCA student all is a single cluster of 66 students. Okay, so we'll come with all 66. Initially 66 cluster was there. Then I will come up with the in the top hierarchy. If I say go, then I will come with only one cluster. So what is happening here? From 66 to I come up with only one cluster, that is MCA. Your individual student, then I group, then I came with one cluster. So this approach from bottom, this is called the bottom to top strategy, or we call the bottom up strategy of clustering. This is nothing other than this is called the agglomerative type of clustering. Now come to the opposite of this. What is that opposite of this? Opposite of this is the divisive. So what is this one? We will not go from the bottom. We will go from the top down approach. This is the top down approach. So in top down approach, what we are going? Initially your MCA section is there now. So in MCA you have the 66 student, one cluster. Then you have the 66 student, then you from top you try to go into the down, and then you will stop this clustering process when you will come up with these single elements. So they are just opposite to each other. Okay, so in division hierarchical methods, what is happening? We are following the top down strategy, and we will begin with all objects in one cluster. Then groups are continually divided until there are as many cluster as objects. So this is the case of your clustering algorithm of hierarchical type. So in that, what is here? One is the I told agglomerative nesting algorithm is that was Kaufman has introduced in 1990. Okay, around 30 years back. Implemented in statistical packages. Easy is plus. Yes. Next, use the single link method because we are linking method and dissimilarity matrix. Merge nodes that have the least dissimilarity. So we will merge those nodes which has least dissimilarity, means differences are very less, then we will merge. So we'll go on in a non-descending fashion. Then eventually all nodes belong to the same cluster, means one cluster will be formed. Initially we started 1 1 1, then this type of cluster form, we come up with 2, then later on will come with only one cluster. So you can see same thing, you can see here this is called the dendrogram. This is called the dendrogram. This structure that you are seeing here, it is nothing other than it is the dendrogram. And what is the dendrogram? Dendrogram is the tree structure that we form in the cluster. So what is happening here? Dendrogram shows how clusters are merged. So you can see here. You can go through what is written here. Decompose data objects into a several level of nesting partitioning tree of the cluster called the dendrograms. So a clustering of data objects is obtained by cutting. What is this? A clustering of data objects is obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the desired level. So you have to cut the this dendrogram at a level, not in between. Then each connected components forms a cluster. Now you can see if I cut this dendrogram here, how many cluster we will get? One cluster here, okay, and one cluster you are getting here. This will be also treated as one cluster, and then you will come with this one. Sorry, this completely will be another cluster. So if you cut like this dendrogram, if I cut here, then how many cluster we will get? Only two cluster. Okay, this one and this one. So if you cut this at this level, so how many cluster you will get? You will get as the number of objects are there. So we will so this type of clustering, this type of cutting is done to find the number of clusters. Okay, so in this way we are going. So this one divisive analysis is there. Divisive analysis algorithm is there. This is introduced also in 1990, implemented in statistical analysis packages. Okay, inverse order of, it is the inverse order, whatever we did na in the earlier. You don't need to explain once again. This one is inverse. It is the reverse of the previous agglomerative nesting algorithm. Eventually, each node form a cluster on its own. So this is nothing but this is the top-down strategy is followed here. We will come up with one one single cluster. Then we have did into two. Then we have divided into the you can see 4. Then after that 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then later on we will come up with only single objects as a clusters. So this type of clustering is done in Diana. So you need to understand the basic concept how the clustering is done, nothing more than that. Okay, so now see here, this linkage is very important because in dendrogram you may be seeing now how the linking is done. So we use these different links. So first one is the single link. So smallest distance between an element in one cluster and an element in the other. So we calculate this one dkikj is equal to minimum of tip and tjk. So this is the single link. Next one is the complete link. So largest distance we consider here, largest distance between an element in one cluster and an element in other cluster. So if I take this link, so which one is the farthest? This one, and in this cluster this one is the farthest. So you take this one here, so this will be treated as. So in minimum, if I say, this will be very minimum because they are near to each other. Next, the average. Next, average distance between an internal, the average distance between an element in one cluster. Average distance. So you will take the average. Okay. So suppose you came with this. Okay. So and in one cluster and an element in other cluster. So we have, suppose I came up with this as a average. So I will take this distance, this one. I will calculate this one, whatever. So this is the called the average linkage. So average distance between an element in one cluster and any problem. Are you able to see? No, no. Yeah.
No, sir.
Now
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, your mic is muted, sir.
Please check, sir. Your mic is muted.
Sir, not audible, sir. Hello, sir, not audible.
okay. Next class onwards, I will make this one. In the beginning, everyone as a attendee, because some person, I don't know who is that, but some person may be disturbing. Now you are able to see this one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you understand what is the meaning of single linkage? Are you able to see this one or able to listen myself? You
Yes,
answer.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this single linkage means the small distance between an element in one cluster and the, what is that? An element in other cluster. So this minimum we will take. And in complete linkage means furthest distance. And in average, so we have taken the average distance of this one and this one, then we will take the distance, this will be treated as a average linkage. Then centroid is there, distance between the centroid of two clusters. Okay, distance ki and kj. So like this we will calculate. In madoid also, madoid, as you know, most centrally located points. So distance between the madoids of two clusters will be treated as the madoid. So these are the different, generally this will be helpful if you understood this one single linkage, complete linkage and average. This will be used in your coming that practical is there, na Abdul DM practical is there using the Veka tool. So in that single linkage, complete linkage, average linkage, one problem is there. So you need to understand how it is happening here. Centroid, how you are calculating, it is the middle of a cluster. I already explained, just here formula is written. You need to learn this formula, how to calculate that centroid point. Next one is the radius. So square root of average distance from any point of the cluster to its centroid, that is treated as the radius. Then diameter means you can add this radius, then you will come with this square root. So square root of average mean square distance between all pairs of points in the cluster. So these are the related formulae. Then they can be used for calculation of these different things. So you don't need to learn many things. Just you take care what learn. Remember what is single link, complete link, average link. Okay. Next one is the extension to the hierarchical clustering. So what are the major weakness of this one? Agglomerative clustering methods. Okay, it can never undo what was done previously. Okay, we can't go back. So do not scale well. Again, the problem as it was in Medoid. Time complexity of at least what is order of n square. So where n is the number of total objects. So whatever number of total objects is there, the complexity is square of it. So next, integration of hierarchical and distance based clustering. Then we come with this Birch algorithm 1996. So which one is used the CF tree and incrementally adjust the quality of sub clusters, and chameleon is also there. So in that what you need to learn for your exam point of view, also for learning these concepts of. So you have to know what is hierarchical clustering. It's two categorization, that is the agglomerative and the divisive methods. Then you need to know how these two methods are done. Like we have the Ignesh and the next one Diana, like agglomerative nesting, and next one is the divisive. Okay, analysis. So these two methods, basic methods are there that you need to know. Then you need to know the concept of dendrogram, how it is constructed. The tree part is very important. The tree part is very important. Okay. Next one we are having this Birch algorithm 1996. So what is this one? This full form is balanced iterative reducing and clustering using the hierarchies. Okay. Once again, balanced iterative reducing and clustering using hierarchies. This is the full form of that one. And I also told one more algorithm that belongs to it. It is the CURE, CURE. That is the clustering using representatives. That is the clustering using the representative. We also have some other algorithm like ROC. ROC also belongs to this one, and ROC is robust clustering using the links. It is the robust clustering using the links, and other methods are also there. Chameleon also there. Okay, but we will restrict ourselves up to this one only. So what is there? Balanced iterative reducing and clustering using hierarchies. Okay, in what you will do, incrementally construct a CF, that is the clustering feature tree, a hierarchical data structure for multi-phase clustering. So tree is also a data structure. Yeah, please anybody answer, T is a data structure or not?
Yes, sir.
We have in data structure subject, na? It is a which kind of linear or non-linear?
Non-linear.
Non-linear, sir.
Okay, non-linear. So what is the benefit of this using the tree structure? Why we go for this one? If you know that one, that what are the advantages of using tree? The same benefit